I guess we're gonna talk about Conservation Congress resolution process tonight. I've been on the Conservation Congress now for well over 40 years. I'm on two committees, the Warm Water Committee, which deals with fish, and the Environmental Committee. And the way it works now versus the way it worked in the past is that people can submit a resolution either, well, basically now it's all online. There is no, last year we didn't have a real public hearing like we always had in the past. So the resolution comes down online, and being in the past, it was the local people that got to be the first arbitrator, I guess, in the validity or the necessity for a resolution. That's not the case anymore, that's gone. So now when the resolution comes through online, there is a committee, if you will, of Conservation Congress, people that look at the various resolutions, they look at the wording, the makeup, the subject matter and so forth, and they try to edit as best they can. Now, these people are not by any stretch a professional or a person that has great knowledge of all the issues and the topics that are on these resolutions. So then it goes to a study committee. And I will use the Warm Water Study Committee as a for instance. We typically, there's about 25, 26 people on this study committee, all from different, backgrounds and emphases. And when I look at a resolution, the first thing I look for is the text of the resolution and what it says true and factual. And from my perspective, if I see anything in a resolution that I know for a fact is not true, I personally won't support that. I'm only one vote on the committee, but I have a voice. We all have a voice, because every resolution that comes to the Warm Water Committee gets to be discussed by the whole committee and the author, if the author chooses to attend. The other thing, because I've been on there so long, I have my own prejudices. To give you an instance, people that talk about trophy whatever, trophy fish. What's a trophy fish? A trophy to you and a trophy for me are two very different things. So when people write resolutions that emphasize, the trophy largemouth bass or the trophy whatever kind of fish it is, that's a red herring for me, because the fish belong to all the people in the state of Wisconsin, and we have some types of fish that are managed for trophies, primarily muskies. But so that's the system right now. That once it clears the Warm Water Committee, it goes to what's called the District Leadership Council. They typically meet twice a year, and they get a blush to look at the resolution to decide again whether it is valid, has validity or not. And then if it goes to there, it will go to the spring hearing. And then again, we don't have in-person spring hearings anymore, they're online. So if it goes to the spring hearing and it receives a vote up or down, making the assumption the vote is up, it will go back again to the Executive Committee of the Conservation Congress for a second look based upon subject matter and voting and actual consequence, I guess, and the ability to be implemented. If it requires the legislation, the resolution goes no place. The Conservation Congress does not lobby legislators for laws. The Conservation Congress, their sole role in the rulemaking process is to advise the Natural Resources Board on the desires and wants of the public. So if anybody writes a resolution that's going to require any kind of legislation, a state statute to be written, for instance, the Congress is the wrong place to do that. If you have a topic where you think that is appropriate, you need to go directly to your state legislator. And that again has its problems, because many state legislators are not aware of many natural resources issues, And then you will run into individuals within the natural resources community objecting, and then that causes a whole different path for the resolution or the idea to be accomplished. So that's the basics of it right now. Hopefully this year we'll go back to the in-person spring hearings like we had in the past. And then again, we'll go back to, if you write a resolution and submit it at the spring hearing, the local people that attend that spring hearing, I'm from Fond du Lac, so we typically had something over 100 people show up, and we would vote on every one of these resolutions. So we'll see how it's gonna be for this year, but basically that's how it works right now.